Hello, my name's Chelsea McCafferty. I have chronic Lyme disease, and I've only been diagnosed for just over a year, but I've been getting progressively sicker for the past 6 years. It took me well over a dozen doctors and 6 or 7 specialists to finally find somebody who understood Lyme disease. Up until that point, I was seeing doctors and they were running blood tests and labs trying to figure out what was wrong with me with all the symptoms I was having. And none of the labs would come back with anything, so they would tell me I was fine and send me home. But I would make more appointments and come back in, and eventually, I'm sure they were just getting sick of me, so eventually they would give me a prescription or tell me that they wanted me to start anxiety medication, or just ongoing pain medication, pills, that kind of thing. And I wasn't the kind of person who really wanted to do that. I wanted to find out what was wrong with me, not try to cover up symptoms. And even if I had tried, I could take all of those prescriptions and still be extremely sick because Lyme disease is so multi-system, and the symptoms are so wide. And anyways, so the point is, I saw a lot of doctors. I left doctors' offices in tears sometimes, particularly there's a medical clinic in a nearby city that I went to for many years, and I'll never forget the doctor. I thought I liked him first. He really seemed to listen, and then after the labs came through, I mean, he literally yelled at me, and I'm kind of a timid person. I'm easily intimidated, I suppose. He literally yelled at me. I've run all the tests. There's nothing I can do. We've already talked about Lyme disease, drop it kind of thing. And I never saw him again, but I went and cried in my car for half an hour because the problem is those of us with chronic Lyme disease are being completely neglected and abandoned by the medical community at large. There are some Lyme literate doctors out there, but they're few and far between. And so we end up suffering so much longer and so much worse because we are not being cared for. It's not being taken seriously. And doctors are relying on old information, things they've been taught by organizations who have vested interest in keeping us sick and not getting down to the truth. So this video is really to plead with the doctors out there. If you're a friend of mine and you're a doctor, and even if you're not a friend but you've stumbled across this video, if you're in the medical medical professional and you're seeing this, I am begging you to please do more research. Please look deeper. Talk to ILEDS, the Lyme organization. Look up resources. Look at newest research. And then tell me that you can't see conclusive evidence that chronic Lyme disease is real. Not only is it real, but it's destroying people's lives. And they're your patients. Because I guarantee you, if you're a doctor, you've had a patient come to you with unexplained symptoms, pain, dizziness, heart problems, brain fog, stomach problems. I mean, when I was being diagnosed, or before I was diagnosed, when I was getting sick, I saw 2 rheumatologists, a neurologist, a cardiologist, a gastroenterologist, because they were all looking at their symptoms. But the problem is Lyme is a multi-system problem. So it's everywhere. We need doctors to be on our side. We need doctors to look at the newest research and not to bury their heads in the sand and not to try to get rid of us when they can't figure out the answer, but to keep searching, keep looking. You took an oath. Doctors, you took an oath to do no harm, right? But when you turn people away without answers, when you give up on them or you yell at them, because they can't accept that their lives are going to be horrible forever, that they're just going to suffer in pain every day. When they come to you for help and you turn them away, you are doing harm. Some of them may develop more serious Lyme conditions like Lyme carditis. You may actually be causing their death because you're not taking it seriously. But even if they don't physically die, I can tell you that Lyme disease takes your life. And it is horrible, and no one should have to go through it, but definitely no one should have to go through it alone, being mocked and hated and despised by their doctors and abandoned. So this is a plea for help. Now, I have found a doctor that is helping me. I found a doctor that that understood Lyme, who had taken the time to do the research, to look at the newest research, and not taken all the untruths to as fact. And she's helping me, and I have a Lyme literate doctor now, and I'm so grateful for that. But there's so many who don't, and we need help. And I am asking you, if you're a doctor, to do the research. I'm asking you to stop being part of the problem and start being part of the solution. We need you. We need your help. We're not angry. Well, we are angry. We're angry because we're not getting help. We're angry because we're left to suffer alone, and we lose hope. And so, yeah, we are angry, but we want you to, we want to turn your heads. We want to turn your hearts back to seeking the truth so that you can help us. Please, please help. Please look into it. Pass the information on and be willing to stand with us. You know, sometimes people do get it, but they're unwilling to stand up for what's right. Please stand for what's right. Lyme patients all over the world need you, and we're your patients. So I just ask the doctors, please stop pushing people away or turning them away. The letters that say we won't be your doctor anymore because you don't just take our advice to go home and be sick forever. Please, please look at the research. Lyme is real. It's really prevalent. It's being misdiagnosed all over the place. And we need you to take the time to look into it and get it sorted. So thank you so much for listening. Again, if you're a doctor, I just appreciate you taking the time to listen, and I ask that you would look into it more. People are, counting on you, and you took an oath to do no harm and to help people. That's what hopefully it's why you got into this line of work. So thank you. God bless you. And I'm just praying for all of my Lyme friends out there, my Lymies. We're making progress, even in getting doctors to understand, even in the political realm. So don't give up. I know it's hard. It's hard to even take care of ourselves and do anything else, but I'm praying for you, and I thank you so much for stopping by. God bless.